Всем привет! Мы скоро начнем, и до этого вы можете купить напитки на баре, некоторые платные, некоторые бесплатные, пиво, кола, камбуча и еще лимонад есть.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Stan Wolf!
So, спасибо большое, thank you for coming. English. So, if you don't mind, I would prefer speaking English. Can also make Russian translations. I don't know how many people don't understand Russian at all. Hands up, no. English? Who not understands no English at all? Кто по-русски понимает, по-английски вообще ничего. Просто не стесняйтесь, мы поможем AI справиться. Самое позднее через пару месяцев. Хорошо. Но я тогда и на русском, и на английском буду, хотя никто еще руки не поднимал. У кого же опыт есть использовать AI инструменты? Who has experience using AI tools? So that's great. Then you know more than I do, I guess. We had the problem that we asked, I don't know, around 30, even more, I think. I know Sveta is not here. AI influencers online wanted to get anyone. Саша специально вытащил, да? Или? And everybody is too busy, so that's why I'm here. I think we should talk about it. So I think a lot of you guys know more than I do. And if you have any questions, comments, it's an interactive session. So I also don't have a presentation because the space is moving too fast. It doesn't make sense now. So at least maybe later I need to try to do it with AI. Я сейчас по-русски скажу в двух словах. Мы где-то 30 инфлюенсеров спрашивали, кто хочет по видео рассказать что-нибудь про AI. Никто не хочет, все заняты. Я считаю, говорить об этом надо, но вы уже всеми пользовались, и поэтому, если у вас есть вопросы, замечания, у нас интерактивная сессия. Я покажу, что есть нового, о чем нужно говорить, и мы можем вместе это развивать. And then I'm not sure even, я не знаю, что мы вообще написали в презентации, потому что презентации у меня нету, потому что сейчас каждый день что-то новое выходит, смысла нету. Но там GPT-4 вроде было, so we had GPT-4 on the schedule, I think Midjouney, and yeah. So what you prefer, LLMs, so large language models, or diffusion models? Вы что предпочитаете? Кто за LLM? Да, хорошо. Кто за diffusion модели? Кто хочет картинками увлекаться? Хорошо, ну тогда 50 на 50, я бы сказал так, дипломатично. Anyway, so I'm on the screen. It's almost. No, that's like the level of programming that you can get out of AI in one prompt. So that was generated with GPT-4. So we know what we're up to. And today we had already news that overshadowed like the last week, and I start with the last week. So I have like Twitter tweets and so on. And last week we had Google Bard, so LLM by Google that will be integrated in all Google products, but it didn't do well. So there was already a lot of jokes. Пожалуйста. So then in the diffusion space, Adobe Firefly has the first professional product that's in beta now. Also the problem with all the new products is they're in alpha, beta, and you don't get access right now. So I'm not special, so I have access to some tools, but not all of them. But anyway, some people, maybe, has anybody of you access to Google Bard, Adobe Firefly? No? Okay. Then we're on the same list, so we will get it on some gamma level maybe. Then Canva has a new AI, Microsoft Loop has now a basically copy of Notion, so they want to get into the like database merges with text creation space. Then they have Bing Image Creator. Also, I can't use it yet, but it's also interesting. Then they have What the runway is interesting. That's text to video. Bring out the second version. Also, what I liked a lot is in the open source space, we have now, first it was Llama. It was an open source model from Meta. Then somebody dropped the weights for the model, so we had already a trained model with the weights. Then out of that, Stanford created Alpaca. So it was already a pre-trained Llama model already ready to use. Then somebody created Alpaca LoRa. So it was Alpaca model trained with LoRa, a framework for neural networks training. And then it was packaged again. So now you can run AI basically on your phone. Maybe we'll come back later to it. But right now, the hottest topic was GPT again. And it looked like this. So startups are building their own AI assistant tools, and then ChatGPT comes out with plugins. So I don't know if you heard about it. Yeah, it's from today. So I will go to the blog from them. ChatGPT plugins. So basically, right now they have this fixed list of plugins available. But in any case, you can directly interact with different services. And the most interesting ones is just regular browsing. It's not even here yet. So you have a lot of functionality that ChatGPT can access any website. For search also, then Wolfram, it's very interesting because with Wolfram you get a calculation. And that was like a really big pain point with LLMs. They couldn't do any math. Even the big models had problems with that. And with Wolfram you have mathematics, physics, chemistry. You can create any kind of calculation in ChatGPT now using Wolfram. And one more. Zapier is also interesting because you have interaction through the Zapier APIs with basically every product. So where is it? It's over here. Soll ich was auf Deutsch sagen? Хорошо, ну. Что-то тут запуталось. В любом случае, если какие-то вопросы есть, на русском спрашивают, но пока мы так ни о чем.
Пока мы ни о чем говорим.
А? Новости перевариваем.
Плагины-то они же пока только объявили, еще
Не, они работают уже.
Как работают? У меня не работает.
Потому что, я как сказал, сейчас проблема в том, что все боятся возбудить общественное мнение. Поэтому сейчас очень жестко фильтруется, и доступ дают только ограниченному кругу, и потом постепенно расширяют круг. И сейчас у инфлюенсеров уже сегодня доступ есть. Когда он будет полностью расширен, еще никто точно не знает. Например, GPT-4 тоже уже, насколько я знаю, 7 месяцев назад уже выпустили, как бы в полноработающей версии. Но там тоже доступ был только компаниям, которые работают с OpenAI, у которых там NDA и так далее подписано, и отдельные инфлюенсеры, которые могут уже подготавливать материалы. Но такого, как с ChatGPT, не будет уже никогда, наверное, такого открытого запуска. И сейчас с плагинами тоже такая же ситуация. Уже многие пользуются им, но это в первую очередь, опять же, чтобы создавать контент. Тут есть всегда тоже дополнительная информация в форме видео, это пока все, что я видел вживую от этого. И ничего, если на английский опять вернусь. Ну, как вам удобно, в принципе. Тут у нас беседа обычная.
Лучше определиться на самом деле.
Каша в голове.
Зачем второй раз слушать одно и то же? То есть, если
Хорошо.
выбрать, мне кажется,
Okay, then English. So. No, but sorry, Massa, right? Yeah. You don't speak Russian, yeah? Okay, then we'll speak in English. So you not will be excluded then, yeah?
I'm the only person who going to speak English today. I'm deeply sorry.
So anyway, with Zapier, I can't find the demo, but Zapier had integrations before. I don't know anybody used these interfaces to bind APIs together. So that's not a popular tool for developers, but a lot of business people like I am use that stuff. So basically with Zapier, or there are a lot of other services, you can connect to two APIs or three APIs together. So you can, for example, you get an email on Gmail, then Zapier can then call some other service. For example, it can, for example, put the email into Notion and stuff like that, so do some basic automation. And now it can also interact with ChatGPT. So for example, there was an example where you receive an email and then just write like what you want to answer, and then through Zapier, ChatGPT retrieves the email that you received. So you said, I received the email from Ben, saying I will work for his project. And then it retrieves the email, writes the answer, and sends it directly through Gmail. So that's so the interaction between the APIs will go through ChatGPT, and that's really interesting stuff, I think. But we can't test it yet. So what I can test, I don't know if you have used it all. We can do Bing. So who used Bing? Bing chatbot, okay, a couple of you guys?
That's right.
Okay. Then I have GPT-4, so I'm a GPT Plus user. But so we can try some things in GPT-4. Then Midjourney to see what version 5 brings. And if I have time, I have also like some smaller projects. But anyway, what I wanted like to finish with the idea, like it was already a topic before, but that's, for example, are the top 20 trending AI tools from today. So you have now like a curious situation that we never had before in the startup market. Right now, startups are already dying before they understand what they're working on, and not because they don't work well, but because all the AI integrations are killing all the ideas basically, because all kinds of chatbots were created by startups, they are now gone, all kinds of integrations were created, they are today gone. Then there will be some startups doing some video generation, picture generation, that will also be gone. And each integration with LLMs creates completely new use cases, but they are covered by the big players. So it's basically OpenAI and Microsoft, maybe Google, maybe Midjourney or Stable Diffusion. But anyway, you now, as a startup, don't need to understand the product market fit and what you're working on, but you need also to be launching before you have an integration through an LLM. And that's like really a difficult minefield now to be a startup like in the AI space. And let's follow on. So I have some tools how I can evaluate LLMs. So let's follow up with LLMs. And I don't know who of you used net.dev. Anybody used it? No? Okay, so Net is the CEO of GitHub. And it has like a private project, net.dev, where you can compare LLMs and also tweak all the parameters. And here we have all the models. So we forefront, I don't know all of them. So, but anyway, here it's Alpaca 7B. So that's already the trained model, Stanford Alpaca. Then we have the Llama model. So that's the general meta model. Then we have some stuff that's hosted on Hugging Face. Anthropic, also huge startup. I think they're, I don't know how much, they have several billion valuation now. They received 300 million, I think, like 2 weeks ago. They have Claude with 2 models here. Then Cohere, then of course OpenAI.
Sorry, may I ask a question?
Yes.
Yes, wait a second, please. We need it for the live stream so we can hear it.
The question about this list, is it a list of language models like competitors of GPT?
Yes.
Ah, understood. Thank you.
These are different LM models. And Net is a nice guy. He pays for the site, so it's completely free. And he pays also for the API calls. So Net is great. I know he will not hear us, I think, but he's doing great stuff. And for example, here compare feature is very nice. So I set up a question, explain how blockchains work in Dr. Seuss style. And so you need something funny, yeah? So get in the groove. And then we have free model and Anthropic model, Claude, version now was 1.0, then Cohere model, OpenAI GPT 3.5 Turbo, that's the model that's used right now in GPT chat. And then we click to complete the prompt. And then we receive in parallel all the answers from the free LLMs. So what we can see already is the speed. Anthropic was the fastest, and GPT model was took the longest, so it had like more calculations to run. There are also differences in the charts. So depending on the prompt, you could also see if they have different tokens. So if they break the words in different tokens or not. And then, for example, you can see also based on the quality of the answer. So here, for example, blockchains they meander, record they ponder, blocks they assemble in a line, linked and added time after time. So it doesn't rhyme very well. Cohere doesn't rhyme at all. In the land of Bitcoin, blockchain is king. It's a magical place where all transactions are recorded and nobody can mess them. And the only one who gets it, it's GPT 3.5 Turbo. So in a land full of data, so vast and so wide, the information flowed like an endless tide and so on. So here you can basically compare. We can pull up also other models. For example, pull up Alpaca. I will drop the other two. And if you have some tricky questions, you can of course ask all the models, or you can, depending on the field you're working on, see which model works best. For example, Alpaca 7B is slow, but I'm not sure why. Maybe it's an API issue. And you could also compare which model provides the best value, because depending on the model you have to pay for the APIs, and you can get like a first glance on a simple user interface. Okay.
And who is paying for tokens here? Looks like you are using this right now.
Yes, you're using the APIs, and Net pays for it. So Net is the nice guy. Yeah. So I can. Tip. I think it will not show the picture in the chat, but anyway, Net CEO GitHub. Oh, okay. Bing doesn't work well. I'm not sure what his full name is.
It's Yandex, not Bing.
Even worse, sorry. Okay, even worse then. Okay. Yeah.
It's still Yandex.
Huh? Now it's autocorrect.
No, it's Yandex. Stan, browser Yandex.
Yeah, but it's autocorrecting me even. That's even worse. Okay. Okay, their models do not work. I don't know why. But we can try something from Google, for example. Okay. I'm getting errors, so there's some kind of waiting period. So anyway, when you evaluated the models, it's a question about the prompts that you have, and how should you prompt? I will kill. There are different already like guides, tools, and so on. So one is on GitHub Prompt Engineering Guide by Dair AI, and there's a lot of like interesting stuff. So basically, that's also like a big hurdle for me. Oh, don't touch the mic. The more you write, then like the answer will more nuanced and better. So that's a big problem for me, because I'm used to write just some words in Google and then filter through the information. With LLMs, you need to write a lot of text, and you will receive a lot of text back. If you get into all the guidelines, you receive better results if you put the LLM, ChatGPT for example, into a role, write him exactly what he should play or how he should act, what role he will resume, and what kind of information you need, also in which format you need it. And for example, for Midjourney, you have also like reference guides. We can also provide the links later on in the chat, for example. Here you have also reference guides, which words, for example, styles, drawings and art mediums, for example. Then you can see which words trigger what kind of picture. So it's also interesting how the picture develops from like oil painting, acrylic painting, and so on, with the same prompts. So that's some useful tools to create well-written prompts, because from my point of view, like the biggest hurdle is to understand how to use it. And a lot of people just write something and then don't understand that the prompt basically influences the result a lot. Sorry. So then let's try some prompts, if you don't mind. And what I want to use is GPT-4 and also Bing. Where's Bing? Bing. So that's the first time that I'm using the Edge browser. So really, like Microsoft put the money in the right place, I think. So some of you use it already, but I bet you don't know like the new features. For example, that Bing Chat also interacts with the website. So, for example, what I did, Bing can read the website or PDFs and can answer questions about it. So, for example, white paper. So I'm looking for some PDF. White paper. And I don't know how you guys, like what you were doing like 2 or 3 years ago. I was looking a lot at crypto projects. And they produce a lot of white papers that nobody read at all. Is there again some kind of, okay, white paper Bitcoin then. It should be available somewhere. Okay. No, it's not, but okay. What's on this website? I will look for white paper. White paper NFT. Why? Okay. So wrong. Tip. Where are the PDFs? Oh, there's some kind of white paper. Provide a summary of this PDF. Typo again. Oh, they want pictures. Okay. Explain this PDF. So I'm looking for a result. So anyway, this integration, you have like one place. Нет, он работает. Да, к сожалению, так. Может...
Please open a text PDF.
No, it was a PDF.
It wasn't a text PDF. It was full of pictures. It can't read pictures.
Yeah, I get it. No, but it worked also with pictures. It doesn't matter for him. So this one maybe. Okay. Okay. Explain this PDF like I'm 10 years old. No, it's still not reading. Ah. Ac-
Wow.
It's writing somewhere. But I'm not sure it's about the PDF. No. No, that's the problem with also LLMs and GPT, that nobody understands how they work exactly. So,
It worked.
yeah, of course.
This text is about.
Yeah, it worked, but I'm not sure if it's about the PDF. Huh?
Yes, it is.
I'm not sure. Bullet points to summarize this document. Anyway, there's some kind of interaction. So maybe it's a PDF. No, I tried it with several PDFs, but I'm not sure which one I had, and it worked well. But no, it's writing text, but maybe there's some kind of session issue. So also the other feature that's available for me at least now is also writing text. So that's basically GPT-4. Sorry, guys.
Not today.
Yeah.
In a bad mood.
Anyway, yeah. Also, there's a possibility, if you don't pay money to OpenAI, you can still use GPT-4 for the Bing browser. That's also nice. So, for example, here's already explanation. So, what can you write?
А он только с текстом работает или картинки тоже можно загружать?
На данный момент вы нигде не можете работать с картинками и с текстом.
Midjourney картинки?
Нет, я имею в виду, Midjourney это только текст в картинку, или у вас картинка, вы изменяете картинку. Но вы не можете, нет, вы можете комбинировать картинку с промпт, это правильно, но Midjourney не понимает, что происходит на картинке. Там всегда работает он по принципу, что он в зависимости от слов, которые употребляются, потом изменяет или изначально seed, как бы просто пиксели, или на картинке уже работает напрямую. GPT-4 есть функция, но она еще не открыта, где он уже может объяснить, что происходит на картинке, и может уже объединять текст и картинку как отдельные, как это будет по-русски? Ну, типа того, да. Да.
Есть функция, которая в ChatGPT можно ссылку дать, URL отправить, и даже третья версия дает описание. Не всегда точное, но делает это.
Но это она выдумывает. Не просто все GPT-модели, они тренированы на базе данных 2021 года, даже GPT-4, там ничего не изменилось. Поэтому все, что после 2021 года произошло, они не знают просто.
It's been in the news today. ChatGPT 4 can access the internet starting from today.
Yes, it's the plugins. Yeah,
With plugins.
yeah, that I showed before. So now if you have a plugin, it's the same functionality as with Bing. Then it can access websites. And then after it received some information, so it's multiple step process, it can then provide an answer through the LLM. But if you use right now ChatGPT or GPT-4, you like have a lot of information that is hallucinated. So that's the term, where the LLM basically just creates some coherent text that sounds good, but has a lot of wrong information. But it doesn't work. I don't know why.
So do you have experience to compare? Do you have experience to compare alpaca models like open source with ChatGPT 3.5? I mean, some curious question: what is better, and which one better for using? Because alpaca it's an open source one. So, what do you think about it, and do you have experience to compare?
I compared it. Well, it started writing something. So now it's reading the website. Anyway, the good thing is about Alpaca that it's open source. A lot of people are working on it, and if you look on the development, the first Llama model was released around 3 weeks ago, and then step by step, every couple of days, you had some progress. The next step will, so basically there are now two completely trained models available, 7B, 7 billion alpaca, and 13 billion alpaca. They work already, and based on them you could also generate some custom training for you. And in general, if you compare the answers, maybe net will work again. If you just look at the answers, Alpaca is maybe like GPT-3, yeah, not GPT 3.5, so they have not like that high level of comprehension of text, especially if you have rhymes or complex question, it doesn't do well, but it can generate any letter and so on, so a lot of documents can generate by that. If you look, for example, into businesses, if you have a lot of data that you can use for training, that's also possible. For example, there's also a tool, in embeddings tool for OpenAI, where you can also use your data to configure a set of data for ChatGPT models. You could do the same, but like with a lot deeper understanding with Alpaca. Then you have really precise answers for like the company database, for example. That's what I would use it for. But in general, the big models are better, and maybe they will stay better for a long time, because there is like clear evidence basically now that the bigger models generate better results. The smaller models need a lot of training to get on the same level, and if you have a lot of money for training, then you can also have just a big model for that, so it's like a question that will not be answered yet. Okay, any more questions? I am fighting with Bing. Okay, but now it's working with the document. So it doesn't use the search functionality. It's reading out of the PDF. Some smart things about NFTs. So basically what I would do now, I would like read every white paper in existence with this tool. So it's like something I would use a lot. And then here, how to run a MEETUP. So you can also generate some texts, letters and so on. Also about the languages, GPT-4 is good with Russian now. So there's still the issue that in every language besides, I'm not sure about the English basically, and maybe some other languages, I didn't check it yet. Any other language uses one token per one letter. So you need a lot of tokens to generate answers, but GPT-4 works well. Okay. It's a lot of text. Yeah, no, I asked how to run a meetup. So, yeah, you can also play with the styles. Energiczny. Nehmen wir noch einen Block. And then it will write something. Anyway, there's now also more functionality coming. For example, Opera has also a browser. Nobody used it, and they also integrated now. A couple of days ago, ChatGPT, but ChatSonic. But I can't sign in. There's some authentication error. There's also a possibility to use GPT on text. The way they used it here, they have a different user interface. So if you mark some text, you have pop-up, then you have ChatSonic prompts or ChatGPT prompts. ChatSonic? Yeah, it's also a chatbot. They don't say which model they use. And you have also, I think, 10,000 tokens for free, and then you have to pay. But I can't log in Opera. There's some kind of authentication error. Okay, so now we have something in Russian. Как организовать встречу на русском языке? So that's also GPT-4, and it writes well in Russian, I think. So I tried also Georgian. Georgian doesn't work well. So if you have like very simple text in Georgian, you can write it, but it's very slow. If you have like professional text in Georgian, our lawyer was like folding his hands. So we are not there yet, but I think like in half a year, every language will be solved. That's my so do you have any questions about LLMs?
I have a microphone,
Huh?
so I'll get greedy. I have two questions.
Yeah.
So, as far as I understand, as far as I see them, like large language models are still a tool that OpenAI provides to other businesses. Like, what's the most interesting business usage that you know? And I also have another question. Like, I work in a startup that uses GPT DaVinci 3 to summarize our clients' reviews, and still I get a little bit afraid that today's functionality.
It's sorry, no, it's not me. So they can scale through the number of parameters, but that scale has some kind of limit, because right now you have all the data from web, from Twitter and so on. Now they want to transcribe YouTube and like different video platforms, but at some point there's no more data available. And then it can't scale well. And then depending on the model, how they train it, there's still some room left to grow. But at this point, there will be any integration with, like every API will be integrated in LLM at some point, and I think that the point will be in the next couple of months. And at this point, you can maybe write plugins for OpenAI or GPT models, but they will handle all the calls themselves. They will keep it closed source. And then any program that we have now will work seamlessly with GPT, ChatGPT, I don't know. And what I think the biggest usage is, I think it depends a lot of the business. If you have a business that has all the data available, then you can automate basically all kind of text creation and maybe not knowledge creation, but all kind of text that you write, starting from marketing, search engine optimization, writings with customers, internal documents, everything will be done by ChatGPT. That's my point of view. And if you have a business that's not digital at all, then it will take some time to get there. But right now, with all the integrations, I think it's really easy also to set up some kind of business and even disrupt all business models. So from like what I would look for, I think it's right now more interesting to disrupt established businesses than to create some new AI business, because there are a lot of basically whole industries that provide a lot of information by hand. And if you can automate it, then you have like, I don't know, 2x, 3x already advantage. So I don't know if I answered the question, but that's the view I have.
Yeah, thank you.
So a little bit deep
Sorry,
dive. Yeah.
I have one question,
Sure.
if it's possible. The question is about physical facilities and hardware. We know that this system is serving tens of millions of customers. And the question is, do we know what hardware it is using and what's the size of the facilities that they are using, data centers? Do we have this information?
No, there's no information available, but basically they're using NVIDIA GPUs, so A100 is the model now. NVIDIA produced them like crazy, and Microsoft has big data centers. So because Microsoft is invested in OpenAI, they're using Azure as the back end. And there was some estimation that like the free version of ChatGPT burns around $1 million per day. So that's, somebody estimated it.
It's not a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's right, but there's some kind of estimation depending on the size of the models. So how many iterations will run there, depending on the number of customers. Then you can get some approximation, but I don't think it's like really precise. So it could also be 800,000, it could be 2 million, but they're burning a lot of money anyway, yeah, so.
Mm-hmm. And it looks like there is a difference when you teach in the model and when you are providing the service.
Yes.
It should be completely different infrastructure.
Teaching is very expensive, because in the training you have a lot of iterations, you have big data sets, and you have to evaluate the results. So there is some estimation that the training, like the GPT-4 model now, was around $300 million US in hardware and also running cost. So it's very expensive now.
Interesting thing is that are they teaching the system every day? Is the system learning when we're talking with the system, or they are teaching the system once based on the big data and then we're just using it?
No, I think there are a lot of iterations. So they opened also, they have now a program, open evaluation program, where people can provide evaluations, so tasks that GPT can do. And for that you receive privileged access to the API. And they have also a lot of internal tests where they test how coherent the answers are, what kind of answers they get, and I think they're running a lot of servers. And
which means that when we are sending data to the system, when we are talking with the system, we are not changing, we are not teaching the system.
Not right now, no. They wrote it somewhere, so a couple of weeks ago that they activated like the teaching. Before that they collected all the user data, like until beginning of March. Then there was a little like drama on Twitter and so on, and then they stopped it. And now they say they don't do it, but before they were collecting all the user prompts.
Understood. Thank you so much.
And so a little bit like a deep dive. So the better the prompt is and more information you get, the better you receive the answers. And that's like one, for example, of Twitter that I got there about debates. So basically you can really like dive in deep into all the connections of the model and receive some interesting answers. So I wanted to try it out. What topic you think we should debate on? So, okay. Debate will be on is Earth flat? So and now we have 3 different roles. So we assigned roles. We have 1 professor and then we have 2 students and they're debating a topic and the professor has to rate them on their arguments. And now we can keep going and going. They can debate like for hours or for 25 prompts every 3 hours. That's the free available prompt number right now. So Bill says Earth is a spherical object. And Mark is telling that the Earth is flat. So I don't know if anybody reads it, but depending on the topic, it gets... Okay, so water always finds its level. That's an object that should be hidden by the Earth's curvature. Network error. Okay, something broke. Anyway, if you have any questions, we can dive deeper, or we'll get over to the pictures. Pictures, so Midjourney. So just, I created some prompts already, so we don't have to wait. And just for you to understand, Midjourney was started around 250 days ago. So it's not even a full year. And we have a progress. So that's version 1. The prompt is young, beautiful woman on sunset. That's okay. Nice ladies. Okay, version 2. It was maybe like 6 months ago. Also very expressionist paintings. Version 3. That's like 4 months ago. Okay, version 4. Hey. Version 4 came out like, I don't know, 3 months ago maybe. So we can also upscale any of the pictures. So version 4 has a lot of painted feeling. So that's, which one should I upscale? Number 4? Okay. So somebody's into blondes. Okay, it's upscale. And now version 5 that came out last week. Yeah. So that's the progress. That's like 3 months ago, and that's now the same prompt, like basically the same model. So they changed much of the model. It's still a diffusion model, but with a lot of better training and optimizations.
What about hands?
There will be a lot of hands. Now we can also ask for hands directly. Okay.
Можно пару вопросов по этой Нет, нужно для лайвстрима, чтобы они слышали, о чем речь.
Я всю неделю загружала туда запросы вот в эту нейросеть, и он постоянно генерил мне только по 4 картинки. Даже когда я прошу одну. Это у меня какой-то...
Нет,
Со мной что-то не так. Или он так работает?
он всегда так работает.
Потом была проблема со ссылками. Чтобы он сгенерил новую картинку по ссылке, какие-то он видит, какие-то нет. Если копировать с Google диска, вообще error всегда. А если с хостинга, с любого прямую, то тоже он раз через раз видит. Это тоже тут я что-то не так сказала.
Там, да, реально прямую. Некоторые хостинги дают не прямую, на самом деле.
И последний вопрос. Когда он видит все-таки ссылку, он вообще никак не обрабатывает само изображение, вот как оно, как бы объяснить. Вот есть логотип, я прошу его сделать, например, в других цветах, и он мне вообще какой-то выдает просто даже не логотип. Это что, с ним что-то? Но он же ее видит, и он как бы ее обрабатывает, но очень-очень криво. Даже если ты там последнюю версию указываешь в настройках.
Там нужно, более тонко. Это учиться промпт инжиниринг.
Окей, спасибо.
No, he didn't finish yet.
A collection of keywords and reference. You should use that reference and try again.
Не, вопрос с ссылками я не знаю, я напрямую загружаю через Discord. Поэтому как загружать? Или...
Do you have a paid version?
Нет, но в зависимости от того, например, Blend использовал. Вот руки готовые. Не везде, тут не хватает.
Где-то тоже не с той стороны. Она вообще неправильно написана картинка. Там рабочие руки. Там слева какой-то кошмар.
Хорошо. Я вас отвлеку девушками. Все хорошо. Руки в карманах. Да, но у Stable или как у Diffusion как всегда были проблемы, они, наверное, не уйдут до конца, когда определенные объекты повторяются рядом. Например, зубы, пальцы.
150 зубов, 150 пальцев.
Да, просто там нету концепции каких-то отдельных частей тела или там у дерева каких-то листов. Это просто как бы облако. Нет, не искусство.
Она не понимает анатомию пока что.
Да, и не будет, я не думаю, что Diffusion будет это понимать. Это можно, конечно, тренировать в какой-то степени, но там 99% будет правильно, 1% все равно будет корявый. Для этого надо модель такую, которая, как, например, GPT-4, которая понимает, что на картинке, а не просто старается получить как бы какой-то результат, сочетание каких-то цветов, например.
По поводу рук, кстати, там у вас написано fast, что это обозначает? Какая-то быстрая реализация, можно slow сделать?
Не, ну это как бы settings стандартно, это не все settings, но версия 1 до 5, а fast у нас где-то внизу. Это fast relax mode. Fast mode это платный, а relax mode это бесплатный, но там надо ждать там, до 10 минут.
Так мы на 4 сейчас смотрели?
Не, мы на 5 смотрели. Нет, версия 5. На 4 еще хуже будет. Но это зависит сильно от того, как сформулировать промпт опять же. Это я тоже могу сейчас показать. Сейчас можем high-five попробовать.
Это тоже интересно, потому что для художников обычно это самая сложная часть, это рисовать руки. Обычно такая прямо последний этап.
Ну а если ему уточнить, что рука с 4-5 пальцами, он так не поймет?
Нет.
То есть он все равно будет искать руки и отталкиваться, ему
Да.
без разницы.
На самом деле это вообще чудо, потому что я или что там, office hours. Я слушал на прошлой неделе от Midjouney. И там просто какие-нибудь девелоперы, у них болтают там, чем они занимаются. И там тоже вопросы были, какая у вас там база данных, на чем вы тренируете. И, например, они тренируют только на картинках с маленьким разрешением, как по-русски. Короче, там вообще мало пикселей. О. Сейчас интерпретации пошли. И они у них мало картинок вообще в тренировке используется. Поэтому многие слова вообще Midjourney не знает.
То есть руки он знает, а пальцы уже не знает?
Нет. Ну так нельзя сказать, он и пальцы знает. Но просто он, во-первых, не понимает разницу. Он только может, какие-то картинки есть рук, он пытается из этого собрать нужную информацию, чтобы повторять потом картинки с руками. Но из-за того, что он не знает, что там должно быть 5 пальцев, он может и 4, и 6 нарисовать. О, сколько у нас тут? 6. Ура. У медведя все хорошо, почти.
Я не знаю, сколько у него пальцев.
Это нас спасает. Не так же с красивыми девушками, например. Потому что если взять какую-нибудь актрису, например, то там видно сразу какие-то маленькие отклонения. А если мы не знаем персонажа, то вроде все нормально. То уже у персонажа надо отдельно смотреть, там какие-то складки в лице могут не так лежать, может как бы освещение не так падать, но на первый взгляд издалека уже все нормально. О, кто-то здесь, да? Ну апс это версия 4. Да. О. Это инопланетянин соблазняет. Да, ну такие фокусы возможны. Но версия 5, там намного их. Если там, не знаю, 4 пальца было в 4 версии 80% времени, то сейчас наоборот 20% времени, а 80% уже 5 пальцев. Но все равно там детали будут изменяться. Что я хотел еще показать. Версии мы прошли. Тоже prompt engineering. Версия 5, или если это по-английски, всех запутать. В 5-й версии они намного больше использовали как бы речь свободную. Если в 4-й версии хватило сделать, например, сейчас мы сделаем, что очень популярно было одно время, это использовать emojis. Это сейчас версия 4. И через emojis уже можно получать хорошие картинки, не надо было даже задумываться о словах. Версия 5, из-за того, что они пошли больше на реализм и больше над речью как бы работали, надо уже писать много текста. Там много аддитивов надо использовать, описывать точно, что ты хочешь, как. Там тоже много примеров. Я сейчас опять мою базу данных покажу. Тут Midjourney Styles and Keywords. Чем больше вы будете работать над тем, как картинка должна выглядеть, тем, например, artists тем точнее вы попадете. Что у нас тут? Поп-арт, например. Тут не так много. И вот эта версия 4, просто эмоджи. Уже в этом стиле хорошие вещи. Можно что-нибудь тоже показать большой. Конечно, тут немножко там взрыв какой-то происходит.
Шаттл взорвался.
Да, неприятно. Okay, back to English.
Yeah, do you know of any similar tools to nat.dev for comparing diffusion models?
Diffusion models, yeah. So that's what I wanted to show. I can do it now. There are two websites. One is Hugging Face. So Hugging Face is a place where all kinds of AI models are hosted. And here you can also see how many downloads it had and so on, GitHub repositories. So what you can do with it, for example, that's an upscaler model for X. And here you get more like the data on the models. So now, because stable or unstable diffusion is open source, there are now hundreds of models based on that. So that's huge. And the other side I wanted to show is Replicate. And in Replicate, you can run immediately like pictures through a model, through a diffusion model. That's, for example, also an upscaling model. But if you go on Explore, like those are the top models now. And then you have also audio generation based on diffusion ControlNet. ControlNet is really interesting if you have drawings and so on, image restoration, image to text and so on, super resolution for upscaling. And then you can, for example, if you go to image restoration, you have different models, and you can drop directly the picture and put the settings in and then download the result. So that's replicate.com. Then you can test the different models.
Is this free?
It's kind of free because they have a free level, but they don't say exactly which one. So if you log in there, you can use it, but at some point they want your credit card. But I didn't pay anything, but I didn't use it much. So that's a good tool to evaluate the models, and because most of them are open source, you can also run it on your computer if you have a good graphic card. You should have at least 16 gigabyte of RAM on your graphic card. Then you can run basically everything. Of course, it takes a little bit more time than in the cloud, but it's also a possibility if you're working with, I don't know, sensitive pictures that shouldn't be available online. Okay, did I answer your question? So that's the astronaut rocket emoji in version 4. And if you do the same in version 5, it will look different, and a lot of people say it doesn't look that good. But anyway, I talked about like huge prompts, and there's one interesting shortcut, and that's ChatGPT. So I created some prompts that have a lot of different information through ChatGPT. And I read it on also on a newsletter, so it's not my creative work, but the way it goes is it works better in GPT-4, but it should also work in the regular ChatGPT 3.5. So you write, you want to create images with a diffusion model. It says okay. Then you explain how Midjourney works, so you have to copy-paste all the information. I'm also not sure for how much information is needed, but better is better. Bigger is better, yeah. And when the plugins will be available, you can also just tell it, look on midjourney.com how it works, and then give me the prompts. But right now, I needed to paste everything, so versions, information on the settings, on the styles, then aspect ratios, quality, and so on. A lot of information. And then I get to the prompts. So those are the example prompts. For example, ultra-wide shot, modern photo of the beautiful 1970s woman in Hawaii. This photograph was captured by Mary Shelley with a Nikon D5100 camera using an aperture of f/2.8, ISO 800, shutter speed 1/100 second, and so on. So a lot of data. Also some settings at the end, and so on. So I will not read everything. And more examples. Okay, then great. Now you act as a professional photographer. You will use a rich and descriptive language. And the first prompt is also from the newsletter, so that's not my own. Create a photo of a 1930s female influencer. And take inspiration from formatting the example prompts, don't copy them, don't use the same format. That's the prompt. So that's a huge, you could also write that by hand, but, and you should write it by hand if you want to get like the exact picture you want, but if you want just to play around with it, so you have a lot of information about the influencer, how it should look like. So, she poses in a luxurious Art Deco setting. Then you have a lot of info about the camera. I think too much info. We will see it later. And the result of this prompt is here. So those are the influencers. You can also, which one should I upscale? What you prefer? Okay, great. So it's ready to go. And that's the picture. So that's a cheap and easy way to get some effective photorealism with version 5. And you don't do anything basically.
Will it remember all of the teaching that you made in that chat? Like, can you keep on reusing it, or do you have to retrain it basically every time?
No, on the left side you have the history, so you can pull out the chat again. And GPT-4 is pretty good, so I'm not sure on which prompt it will lose some information. But with regular GPT, ChatGPT 3.5, we had the problem that around 20 prompts were the limit, and after that, starting to lose some information and hallucinate. And also with Bing, with the Bing chat, you have also a problem. They limited even the number of prompts in one chat. I think they have 25, something like that, I can check it, of prompts, and then you need to start a new chat from scratch. And GPT-4, I will clear it. GPT-4 has a good memory. So you can write a lot and back and forth, and that's also the reason why a lot of people like started a program like serious software now with GPT-4, because you have like dozens of prompts that generates good answers. So it's regarding the quality, it's a lot better. So I read somewhere after how many prompts need to start again. So back to the picture. So I have more examples. Where was I? Okay. So the next one is delicious pizza, because food photography is very complicated. You have all kind of, I don't know, chemistry, paint, brushes, whatever to get nice pictures. And now we have a freshly baked pizza, Canon EOS 5D, all kind of information I didn't even read. And those are the pizzas. So what should I upscale? Second, okay. And you can also see we talked a lot about the camera, so the camera is also the picture. That's like the problem if you like over prompt. So you could, if you have like a good chat setup with GPT-4, you could also tweak the prompts a little bit that it gives the right amount of information. Then you could scale very good without cameras in the picture. Okay, that's the pizza. So from a food photography standpoint, I think,
10 out of 10.
yeah, almost. There should be some error somewhere, but if you're not like a professional photographer, you will not see a difference to like a real picture. And also on Twitter, there are now a lot of threads where people ask, is it real or is it like AI? And then have two pictures. Now it's complicated. Then a picture where we can get a lot of people, party on the beach 1928. So we get some vintage shooting. So that's party on the beach 1928. And here should be some mistakes because
Lots of mistakes.
yeah, many people are always complicated. If you have like higher quality level where it takes more time to generate the picture, maybe there will be some mistakes, less mistakes, but anyway, that's like a weak point. And then the last one I did, I think, was a young beautiful woman, 2005, in the city center. So that's like a professional photographer session in the city. Which one should I upscale?
Number 2.
2 again, okay. You like the 2s. So what's wrong with her?
She has some sushi issues.
Yeah, she looks too good. And also I received a question about upscaling, so that the pictures are too small here. What I use is replicate. So I download the picture and drop it here, for example, GFP GAN. Then you can upscale the picture up to 10 times, I think. But this one, that's for restoration. No, I mean a different GAN. So the GAN networks, they are very good for upscaling or restoration and so on. Some site replicate.com. И здесь вот super resolution. И вот я, например, сейчас ESR GAN использовал, и до 10 раз можно увеличивать картинку. И почти без потерь. Конечно, потери есть, это никак не исключить. Но можно использовать это потом для, например, печати. Если кто-то хочет красивую девушку себе повесить на стену, может это сделать там теперь в большом формате. Тып-тып-тып. А еще у меня один есть пример. So I have one more example. Then we can try something. Then I wanted to have some hands that had a couple in Tokyo holding hands. And like neon lights are also really nice in version 5. So that's like Tokyo at night. Because they're Japanese. They are shy. But like upscale version 4. And his hands look. Mm. Yeah, and here like how the style of the image depends, of course, on the prompts that you had before with ChatGPT. So should we try out something? What do we want to have as a prompt? Предложения есть? А? Окей. Да, лучше девушек красивых. О, это значит нужно. Синдерелла. О. Это вообще правильно? А он слово это не знает.
How about Russians fleeing into Georgia?
I don't think he will understand that. I tried some like Georgian words and locations.
Angelina Jolie.
Okay.
Wow, we got an idea, a very strange one.
Yeah. That's what we are here for. The more strange ideas you have, the better. So before you needed like days or maybe months to have a nice picture on something. Now you just need some crazy ideas.
Yeah, we've got one. It's going to be our next prompt, if you don't mind. If you don't mind, it's going to be our next prompt, our strange idea.
Yeah, it's also not that good on like abstract ideas, but we can try it out. So it's writing and writing and writing. And also some words you can't use in Midjourney. So I had, for example, bathing, and then I received a warning. Okay. Okay, and then you can see how they look like. What is it? Stunning ethereal scene. So it will be something a little bit spooky, I think. Exceptional sharpness, beautiful bouquet. But ChatGPT wrote it, so it's not my fault. And also, interesting. Regarding, for example, like photo shoots with models, that's also a question I heard a couple of times. How to get people into, or not people, but the same faces into different shots. So for example, if you have like some clothing promotion and so on, then one possibility is to use the seed parameter. Seed parameter, how should I explain it? It's the number from which like the first picture or the first set of pixels is generated. So if you have the same seed, then you have also a lot of close-looking faces. For example, here the first picture now also shows up here in the fourth picture. So that's a way. Of course, it's not the perfect way, but if you have enough iterations, then you can also create the same faces in different setups. So, okay, interesting. She ran away, but it's interesting. Also different styles. I will take a look at the first one. Это не то, что мы хотели, к сожалению. Так, что какие-то есть у вас предложения? Сейчас важно разрабатывать креатив. То чем-то.
A girl with cat's eye, ears, for example, or eyes.
А? В каком смысле?
For example, a set of stickers for Telegram of Cinderella, for example, or whoever.
Ну, здесь, я думаю, это не пойдет, потому что я натренировал тут the results I had, like the prompts that I used to give examples to ChatGPT. It's a lot of adjectives for photographs and also characters. So, for example, I will do dogs playing poker. That's a classic. And then you can try a set of, in the time, a set of Telegram stickers. So, so what can you write? Несколько или один только? Как? Как Хорошо. Any ideas what we should write? Drawn by hand on a neutral background. Сейчас ChatGPT тоже написал. О. Конечно, можно еще это корректировать все, но так просто все загонять будем. Да. Спасибо. Что-то тут происходит. В любом случае, чем лучше промпт, тем лучше результат. Поэтому есть prompt engineer, сейчас новая профессия. Там тоже что-то работает. Все, 93%. И как? Yeah. kind of. Yeah, next time we could also write some symbols, like heart stickers and so on. Now we have dogs playing poker. Any ideas? I will also take a look. Можно. The next one will be from the future, like 2040s. Any setup or of машину может или что? Окей. Это точно не получится.
Девушка Android в Батуми.
Не Батуми тоже не получится. Не, грузин просто не знает. Он нам рисует, что попало. Просто опять же количество... Human Android in Tokyo in 2040. Все, наши собачки готовы. О, красота. Which should I upscale? First one. So this one we can print on the wall. Yeah, but a little bit freaky. The right dog has really like creepy reptile hand. Also the heads do not sit well, but it's something we can work on.
Picture on picture.
Yeah.
Не включен? Включен. То есть конкретно Midjourney свою же работу подредактировать не может. То есть дать ему задание убрать кого-то отдельного, объект какой-нибудь с изображения, или поменять одежду, чтобы это было проще, как вот мы делали с лицами. Оставить этого же человека, но переодеть его в что-то другое.
параметр есть no. Что? Нет, в самом Midjourney этого нету, но, опять же, как уже тут кто-то сказал, есть очень много вариантов, потому что Stable Diffusion Open Source, это, опять же, можно посмотреть здесь, где тут Replicate. На Replicate есть тоже уже вариант моделей, которые, где ты можешь просто зарисовать как бы часть картинки, сказать, что там должно быть. Это сейчас, например, вот это, Extract Pix to Pix. Вот тут такой вариант, например. Тут prompt turn him into a cyborg. Это теоретически можно тоже в Midjourney. Там тоже есть функция добавлять картинку и потом с ней работать. Но там результаты довольно тоже непонятные. Там очень трудно попасть. Но здесь есть и другая модель на Replicate, где можно прямо это на картинке, по-моему, это просто закрасить или сделать прозрачным какой-то элемент. А? Как же? Да. Да, это я слышал, но не пользовался. И это тоже здесь где-то есть. Может в Popular Models. А вот Stable Diffusion in Painting, например, есть. Вот, можно. Да, тут сначала у нас кошка сидит, а потом на то же место собака появляется. И здесь тоже можно это как бы отметить то, что надо добавить. И это уже неплохо работает, но это еще не упаковано в готовый продукт, это надо самому возиться. Кто хочет это сделать, это опять же Adobe, Firefly, они сейчас бета-версию выпускают, там такие есть функции. Потом есть плагин, но не для Photoshop или не для... Ну, короче, тоже для одной программы уже есть плагин тоже, который тоже уже работает с этим. И там несколько стартапов хотят тоже выйти, но еще так готовой упаковки нет. Но теоретически возможно. Еще вопросы? Так, вот наши variations. Да, но это специально так. Это функция variations как раз для того, чтобы минимальные изменения просто получить в том же сценарии. Хорошо. Еще вопросы? Да, мы приходим к концу. Надеюсь, что вам было немного интересно. Не за что. И опять же, как я сказал в начале, то настолько быстро все сейчас прогрессирует, каждый день уходят какие-то новые проекты, новые версии, новые возможности, что очень трудно как бы вообще полностью получить обзор. And in English, it's very difficult, like I said in the beginning, to have a full picture because you have every day new projects, new integrations, new models coming. So we're giving our best. If you have any ideas, any topics, you will present something, would be really happy because we have we want to keep the meetup going. It's a really interesting topic. I spent every day like 2 to 3 hours to get into all the new stuff. And I hope that we see us again next month and have some other project we can talk about. Thank you.
And we have planned an after party at 8:30 in the Quiet Women's Pub here on the other side of the street, next to Piazza. So have a great evening and thank you for coming. Thank you, Stan. It was really interesting. Thank you.
Thanks to you for coming.
If you wish, you can join